Sai Ram. It was sometime towards the end of 2013, mostly the November of 2013, that when I was working at Radio Sai Global Harmony, I was told that there was a guest who had come to see me. There was this visitor, and as I walked out of the studio, I saw that it was a lady with her little daughter. The lady came up to me and introduced herself as Sai Meera, and she told me that her little daughter was my big fan. She said every night before she goes to sleep, she needs to hear a story from Arvind uncle, and therefore we are very grateful to you for the blogs and articles that you write so regularly. Back then, I used to not make videos, I used to only write blogs. Those blogs are all available at arvindb1982.blogspot.com, the link above here. As always, when I hear such statements, I feel very grateful, and in my heart, I express gratitude to Swami for giving this opportunity to tell his stories and also get to know of people who have got touched because of the telling of these stories. Now, this little girl whipped out something from behind her and showed it to me. It was a medal. She said, "Uncle, I have offered this to Swami and I want you to see it also." I picked up the medal and had a look and asked what was it about. That is when the mother told me that I was face to face with the new Under-8 World Rapid Chess Champion. Wow! Here was a celebrity and chess champion standing before me in plain white kurta pajama with simplicity and sweetness. Was I thrilled? Immediately, I asked this little girl, Rakshitta Ravi, whether she and her mother could come home and join us for lunch. The father too was there, and that is how a couple of hours later, the trio were at home and we were enjoying a lovely lunch together, and I was listening to the stories of this little chess champion. So awestruck was I at this happening that I pulled out my chessboard and asked Rakshita whether she could autograph it for me. And then the mother, Sai Meera, she is a women's international master, and the father, Ravi, he is an international master himself. So I said, all three of you please put your autographs here for me. And then something happened which proved to me beyond doubt that Swami had sent these people home because I had something to learn. Little Rakshita asks me, "Uncle, when you have Swami in your heart, why do you need autographs and signatures of people, anybody else at all?" And she asked it very spontaneously, very casually and very simply. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. When will we ever understand that when the creator is available, we need to choose only the creator and not run behind the creation? But dear brothers and sisters, that was only one among the many lessons that Rakshita taught me. The most important lesson I learned from her is on faith. What is faith and how should one have faith? Right from her birth, Rakshita was introduced to both chess and Swami. On one hand, even at the age of 3, she would not sleep any night unless her mother told her a story about Swami. This is in 2008. On the other hand, she already had rubbed shoulders and met with many of the chess greats in India, including the legendary master himself, Sri Vishwanathan Anand. Thus it was that this child grew in her love for Swami and her love for the game and began to progress and take rapid strides in both these endeavors. The saddest day of her life came on her birthday in 2011, the 24th of April 2011, when she got to know that the beloved form of the Lord that she worshipped and adored in her heart had left the body. The Mahasamadhi had happened, and she was so devastated and shocked that she decided from then on she would never celebrate her birthday. 24th April, she would not want to celebrate. She was just a 6-year-old back then, and she had only one darshan of Swami before that. Well, Even though Swami was physically not present, from that moment on, every point of time in her life, she began to experience Swami's grace. She progressed in every aspect, not just in her chess, but also in her attitude and spiritual growth. A very calm, composed girl, she soon rose up the ladders. She was the Under-8 Rapid Chess champion. With Swami's immense grace and her mother's molding, she also grew into a child with great values instilled. In fact, in the same year 2013, she was well on her way to win the Asian Championship. She was going to become the Asian Youth Champion. But then there is this touch rule in chess. Basically, when you're moving your chess pieces, whichever piece you touch, it is compulsory that you have to move that piece if there is a legal move available for that piece. Now, there was a touch move problem that arose in a board of chess that was happening near Rakshita's game. Now, when these tournaments are played, multiple games are played at the same time. The wrong child was being supported in that issue, and Rakshita's righteousness didn't allow her to sit silent. She got up and went and supported the right child and ensured that justice was done. Because of that, she got distracted, and instead of touching the right rook, she touched the wrong rook on her own board, and therefore she was forced to make a move with the rook that she actually didn't want to move, and the rook that she actually wanted to move had to stay in its place. Because of this blunder, she lost the match, she lost the tournament as well, and therefore she could not become the youth champion. That was when her mother told her, "Rakshi, why did you have to poke your nose in others' business? You could have just played your game and become the Asian youth champion, right?" And Rakshi, without batting an eyelid, replied, "Amma, I think I'm a champion in Swami's eyes, because what was happening is wrong. And you have told me the story of Satya Harishchandra, right? He lost his whole family and everything, and yet he did not give up truth. Now, since I won the truth, I think I am a champion, isn't it, Amma?" And Sai Meera had nothing to do but smile and pat and feel proud about her little girl. Thus it was that though Rakshita kept rising in her rankings and her ability to play chess, she never won any world tournament. And then came the November of 2014. That morning, Rakshi got up with great excitement. She told her mother that Swami had come in her dream. He had come in the balcony and had asked her, "What do you want?" And she had replied, "Swami, I want to win the World Youth Championship in Greece." In the October and November of 2015, a World Championship was due to happen in Greece. And Swami had smiled at her and said, "Yes, you will win it." And Rakshita was so thrilled, because she knew with personal experience that Swami's dream experience is as good as Swami telling us things in reality. The previous time Swami had come in her dream, he had told her, "You don't worry, you will improve." And with that word as her mantra, Rakshita had actually improved in her rankings, her ratings, her chess playing abilities and everything very rapidly. So she knew that now when Swami said that she will win the World Chess Championships, World Youth Chess Championships, she would definitely win it. She celebrated wildly. She was so happy, as if she had already won it. The mother got a little worried. Sai Meera told her, "Don't celebrate like this." She felt that Rakshita is counting her chickens before they are hatched. She said, No, you need to prepare, you need to work hard. She said, "Mother, whatever it is, I will do." "Amma, but I am already the champion. Swami has said, how can it be wrong?" Now, at this point in time, I must also highlight the fact that the father, Mr. Ravi, he wasn't a devotee as such. He was not interested in following or being devoted to Swami, but very wonderfully, he ensured that he didn't get in the way of his wife or daughter following Swami. Now that Swami had told that his daughter would be the world champion, he got interested and he began to tell his wife that, "See, Swami has said it should happen, right? So she is the champion, right?" Now Meera was a little worried. She thought that what if my daughter has understood the dream wrong? What if Swami meant something else? This should not become a cause for her husband to lose whatever little respect or regard he has for Swami. She committed this blunder that we all commit very often. We think that we are protecting Swami, we need to protect people's faith. No, no, no. We just need to ensure that our faith is protected and our love for Swami keeps growing. He is the one who calls people when the time is ripe. He is the one who sends away people when the time is ripe. Everything is a drama that the universal string puller, the Jagannataka Sutradhari, who has directed. And so, in the October of 2015, mother and daughter travelled to the city of Portokaras in Greece in order for Rakshita to participate in the World Youth Championship. Rakshita was just 10 years old and she was competing in a category that consisted of children who were 8 to almost 18 years of age. Rakshita had a total of 10 matches to play, and depending on how she played these matches vis-a-vis the others, the champion would be decided. Now these 10 matches also were divided into 2 sets of 5 matches each, with a small break of a couple of days in between. Rakshita began well by winning her first 2 matches, but then she lost 2 out of the next 3 matches. So when the break came, she had won 3 out of 5 matches, and her chances of winning the world championship were very, very bleak. The mother was now worried. One, she felt that her daughter would not win the tournament. The more important reason was she thought because of this, her husband's faith and maybe her daughter's faith also would get shaken. She in fact called back Mr. Ravi in India and said, see, Rakshi has already lost 2 out of 5 matches. I don't think it's possible for her to win. But the husband said, Swami told she will win. How can it go wrong then? She said, maybe, our daughter has misunderstood Swami or she didn't get the meaning properly. I don't think we should start building hopes and telling others that she'll be the champion. Why did you have to tell others also? Meera was worried that this will not only lead to the loss of her husband's faith, others also will get affected because he has gone and told everyone that Swami has said that Rakshita is going to win the world champion. But Rakshita, on the other hand, was as cool as a cucumber. She said, Amma, this is the most boring tournament I have ever played. Why? Because I already know the outcome. What is the fun in playing in a tournament where you know that you're going to be the champion? Rakshita, don't be overconfident. No, Amma, I'm not overconfident. Swami has said, it has to happen, that's all. But how? I don't know, Amma, it has to happen. There was a small chance for Rakshita to become the world champion. It involved different players losing different games and Rakshita winning all the 5 of her remaining games. And that looked like a very, very tough thing to do, having lost 2 out of the first 5 matches. But Rakshita, as I said, was very calm, very composed, and in fact, during those 2 days break, she did not practice too much. She enjoyed listening to Swami's stories, going out, thinking of Swami. That was it. Dear brothers and sisters, on the 6th of November 2015, when the winners were announced and the podium was occupied, Rakshita was there to take the gold medal. She was the newly crowned World Youth Champion. The mother was delirious in joy. She called up everyone. She celebrated. It was a victory not only for her daughter in chess. It was a victory of faith in Swami, and she felt great. She felt that now her husband has to completely believe Swami and everybody can be thrilled at Swami's miracle. But Rakshita wasn't celebrating at all. She had already completed her celebrations 1 year before when Swami had told her in the dream. In fact, if you look at the prize-winning photograph also that has been taken, you can see how bored Rakshita looks. She was like, Amma, what is there to celebrate? We already knew this, no? What we knew is going to happen has happened. That, dear brothers and sisters, is faith. Faith is absolute knowing, because of which you're always calm, composed, and without fear. I'm reminded of a little story that I had read, wherein an entire region is struck with drought. There has been no rains, and the fields are parched, and the people are struggling. That is when all the spiritual leaders of the town and the village come together and they say, let us pray to God, whichever form of God that we worship. And therefore, let us all congregate in such and such a place at such and such a time. All of you bring your own items of faith, as inspiration. And thus, the whole town gathered in that field and began the prayer. Everybody had bought their own items of faith. A rosary, a cross, an idol of Ganesha, whatever it is, a holy book, different objects of faith. Sure enough, by the end of the day, in the evening, the thick clouds gathered above the village and there was lightning, and then began heavy rain. And as it began to rain, everybody raised up their object of faith, hailing God. One object of faith stood out amidst all, and that was the umbrella that a little girl had brought. Such was her faith that she had brought an umbrella along, and thus while everyone got drenched in the rain, it was this little girl who was protected from the rain and she got drenched in God's grace. That is faith. Even to this day, Rakshita continues to perform very well professionally. Even as I am sharing her story, she's out there somewhere in Europe playing her matches. I wish her all the best and pray to Swami that we have immense and complete faith. Faith is very digital. Either you have it or you don't have it. We cannot have shaky faith, 30% faith, 80% faith. No. Either we have faith or we don't have faith. And that is why, dear brothers and sisters, let us always keep our faith. Dear Swami, grant us that kind of faith which made those two little girls, one raise an umbrella, the other raise a championship cup. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.